Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's all my contact information, most importantly, my October host code, my Facebook business page. Please like it and become a member of it. YouTube channel, like, subscribe, watch to the end. Please share with your friends. Today we are making a Christmas card, which is, I just love this Season of Elegance. It includes both of the dies from both of them, the bundle, the paper. It's just gorgeous. And on the inside, I just have Hoping This Season is Bright and Beautiful, which is from here, with some more of that gorgeous paper. So let me show you how to make this. It's really pretty easy. We are going to use a piece, and I already put the inside. This white is 3 3/4 by 5. This is, how big is that? It's 1 inch by 3 3/4. It's basically left off when I cut these into 4 by 5 1/4 strips, or 3 3/4 by 5. Sorry, strips. It's what's left over. So I just used it on the bottom. I cut the star out of here, and if I had more things I knew what I was going to cut, I'd cut more out because only that middle part's showing. You could try to cut the middle out. I did not do that, but you could. So your base card is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, Pretty Peacock, scored at 4 1/4. This is a gold foil sheet, which is 4 by 5 1/4. So if you put it on, you go, there's something missing in the middle. I did that on purpose. This is some of that Season of Elegance designer series paper, which is gorgeous. And what I did is, if you can see it, I embossed it with the embossing folder that is the trees. So this is 3 3/4 by 5 embossed with those trees, which makes it even more beautiful and gives it a little bit more texture. Could you use the other side? You sure could. I chose the gold side now. I almost did the same thing I did before. Don't put that on until you attach it. So I have two. This is gold, and it is, what is it called? It is gold ribbon. It is on back order, but I think it's come back in. And this is the peacock and gold ribbon. So I thought I'd try that this time. I stamped in Pretty Peacock with Peace and Joy. So we'll finish this in a minute, because what I want to do is stamp the tree first in Pretty Peacock. And that in itself is beautiful. You would not have to do the next step, but I decided we had to just take it up. It's holiday time. You just have to take it up. I am getting out my Versamark pad and a sponge dauber, and I'm just going to sponge on some Versamark just on the tree. Don't worry, you're cutting it out, so it won't be bad. Making sure I get all the branches on the end. I'm going to set that to the side. Then I'm going to get some of my Wow clear embossing powder. Sprinkle that on. And I do have my embossing set from Stampin' Up, so that is very handy. Oh, except for I dumped it all over my glass mat. I can kind of see if it has its covered there. I'll just try to, let's see if I can just get the rest of that off. I'll lay it down later. Then you can just put this back in here. I won't do it on camera, but I love those. You know, it seems like a lot of money when you first invest in it, but it is so worthwhile. It's so well designed. And you get an embossing buddy. I'm not using the embossing buddy on this, but I do use the embossing buddy a lot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss it before I cut it out. Can you see it's just start to get dark? Let me stop for a minute. Can you see the differences? So now it is all, and look how much more vivid it is. I'm going to take a die off camera, but what I'm going to do is cut this out. I could put my big thing in camera, and sometimes I do, but for this quick one, I'm just going to cut it out. And that's the beauty. If you emboss it first, then it's just much easier to cut it out. And you don't have to worry if you get a little embossing clear, because we're just using clear, because you're only cutting out the tree. I'll move that to the side. Now I'm going to kind of put this together. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to feed this through one side. Oops, yes. Goes that way. I always do that the wrong way. It goes that way. Oh, let's see. Let's feed it through this way. This one isn't quite so ripped. This is a little harder to feed than the gold, I will admit that, because there's all sorts of fibers. There we go. And I put it in the wrong spot. Well, I am batting 1,000 here. Okay, let's try her again. You can always trim it off, but I want to feed it up. Well, I'm really doing great. This is a great example of getting my ribbon scissors out and trimming it off. Instead of fussing on that, let's just trim it off. Much better. Much better. All right, so that's on that side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up on this side. Same thing. I might as well trim it off because I already know there's going to be a problem. Trim it off so it's nice and fresh and it can go in through there nice. Okay. And it's going to go like that. So what I'm going to do is lay this out. I'm going to lay my tree out. Sometimes when you emboss, you just kind of have to feel it so it goes down a little bit. I'm going to put pop dots on the tree. The first time I didn't do it as much on the bottom at the sides, and it kind of flips up a little bit. So I would put a lot of pop dots. I would not be, I would, when I'm going to pop something, I want to make sure it stays popped. So I'm just taking off the tops. And I'm going to put that up about here. Then I'm going to take my star and I'm going to put a little mini glue dot on the back of that. And I'm going to pop that. Then I'm going to put a couple of pop dots on the back of this. so that I'm kind of not putting out on the ribbon in case I have to move the ribbon a little bit. I'm getting a sense where I want this to be. Okay, let's see. Of course, I stuck it down to my mat because I had forgotten and put the glue on there. But that's okay, it comes up. And I'm going to just put that around like that on the back. And there's no real adhesive there, so I'll add some so it will stick a little bit better. Okay, let's make sure it looks right on the front. That side's a little high. Okay. A little more adhesive, a little more adhesive. And there you have it. Golly, which one do you like better? I like this one, but I kind of like that purple. Peacock. So I hope you try this card. It is a little fussy. It's the holiday time, and it has lots of gold, and it's just really a pretty card. Not a lot of room to write, so you don't have to worry about writing a book. And it's just a real wow card for the holidays. So I hope you give it a try. Thanks.